What's up, guys? It's your boy GP with DeOrganized Media, bringing you another awesome episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars into the same room, have a fire discussion about the latest Bitcoin world news, alpha, you name it, we got it, and we're bringing it to you hot and off the presses. I hope you had a really great week last week. I was at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas, and let me tell you, as a low country boy, Vegas is fast. Vegas is very, very fast. It is designed to get you turned around. Luckily, I was out there with a bunch of legends in the DeOrg house, sponsored by Zest Protocol. Big shout out to Zest Protocol for sponsoring us and getting us out to Vegas and giving us a place to lay our head while we got the alpha for you. Yeah, I look forward to sharing some of the footage from the trip. I was out there with Jack and Switch, Peace Love Music, Mark from B Pepe, Shiflet, Ace. It was just a bunch of Chads out there, guys. It was just a bunch of Chads, and we were mobbing, going from event to event. Big shout out to the Bitflow guys and the Liquidium guys, the Trio guys. They really know how to put on a party. Big shout out to the Stacks Foundation and everybody from core entities to core devs was there at the Bitcoin Speakeasy. A lot of fun getting to connect with everybody that's working within the Stacks ecosystem to make Bitcoin programmable. So, yeah, it's a lot to discuss and a lot to unpack. And we have SIP 031 that is now being drafted up. So I imagine we'll probably talk a little bit about SIP 031. We've got some legends in the house already tonight. Yeah, I imagine a couple more may just stop through. But yeah, let me get into my bookmarks real quick. Let me share my screen with you, and we'll get straight into the bookmarks. And like I said, I hope you guys are having a very blessed start to June. This year is just flying by, and that is not my bookmarks. Give me just a second, find them bookmarks for you guys. All right, get it the right size, right? Get right. Okay. Check out this little infographic. I made it. I made this. Yes, I did. A new Stacking DAO activity schedule is available. Tomorrow we have the weekly Stacking DAO Discord screen share. We will be covering the latest developments in the Stacks ecosystem, including talking about SIP 031. Be sure to come through to take 031 for a deep dive. Link to the Discord below. And as you can see, the Stacking DAO Discord is right here. Get into the Zest Protocol and Stacking DAO Discords. I am the CM over there, and we are having a bunch of fun, bunch of activities and prizes to win. So let's get educated, let's grow together, and learn from each other. You can follow me at GPSC_STX if you're interested in finding this post and the link to the Stacking DAO Discord. We've got like a weekly Pokemon tournament, a Pokemon League that we got going on, a monthly poker tournament. We're having a lot of fun and more things to come. So definitely jump into the weekly screen share and let's get into SIP 031 and figure out what it's about. Moving on, this is one Jack Bin Switch, legend of all Stacks legends, told me to check out from Zero Hedge. Nearly half of 700 billion in homes for sale have gone stale as sellers outnumber buyers by 500K. Wow, is the housing market up for a huge correction very, very soon? We shall see. We've got Grant and Gary Cardone calling for 250K Bitcoin by the year's end, and 500K within the next 3 years or so. Maybe this is some of the catalyst that leads to it. Let's see here. Coming from Gamma, and you can check them out at Try Gamma. Hey Gamma users, did you know you're eligible to claim free bars from our new platform, Signals Art? And you can follow them at Signals Art. There you go. Signals introduces a new way for creative projects to go to market. It eliminates guesswork, crowdsources a fair market price, and showcases real demand all before launch. And then, as you can see here, Nick from Gamma sitting here on the stage at Inscribing Vegas. I also attended that while out at Vegas, and it was a bunch of fun, really cool environment, a lot of good people there. I met Teflon Musk there, a complete Chad. You guys definitely give Teflon a follow. But yeah, I went and connected my wallet or my account and all that stuff so I can get an airdrop. Claim free bars. I want some free bars, don't you? So there's a little alpha for you. And so here's some more. This is actually a lot more heated alpha than that last one. BoostX from the BoostX camp, baby. Let's go. BoostX_app is where you can follow them. BoostX V1.8.6 is live. BoostX now works on X and Discord. New ways to support your favorite creators across platforms. Connect with Leather, Xverse, or Asigna. Send STX, SBTC, NFTs, and more directly to Discord messages. Plus more tokens, DApps, and bug fixes. Very, very cool infographic here, or thing here. I love it. I love how this is put together. Definitely jump into the BoostX_app Discord. BoostX ambassadors are complete chads. Crypto Dude is a complete chad. He is building the change. So definitely go follow BoostX_app. Let's go. From the Stacks Foundation, you can follow that at stacks.org. Join a discussion about the recently published Stacks SIP 031 draft. Attendees Alex Miller, Lior, Shimron, and Hero Gamer, among others. Don't want to join the stage but have a question? Reply below to this post. So you guys definitely go follow the Stacks Foundation at stacks.org. Find this post here and start dropping your comments below if you have any questions about SIP 31. Coming from the main Stacks handle, and you can follow that at Stacks. Core contributors to Bitcoin L2 Stacks are advancing an economic upgrade that lets every surge of Bitcoin activity on Stacks automatically strengthen Stacks and reward STX holders. At its center is SBTC, the L2 BTC asset already making more than 5,000 BTC productive and designed to scale to millions. 3 near-term engines, native Bitcoin-denominated staking yield, via dual stacking, institutional Bitcoin DeFi, and fast Bitcoin payments will fuel adoption. Dual stacking. The contributors' dual stacking design proposal lets users stake BTC, STX, or both. Pairing STX with BTC multiplies BTC rewards, binding capital inflow, network security, and token demand into a single flywheel. Programmable BTC vaults and one-click BTC in, yield out strategies. Further opening yield products to retail and institutional investors alike. SBTC as gas. To remove onboarding friction, fee abstraction lets users pay gas in SBTC while the protocol converts and burns or treasury routes the equivalent STX under the hood, preserving STX as the gas token yet capturing value from every transaction. Institutional liquidity is unlocked through qualified custody minting. Regulated custodians deposit BTC to Stacks via segregated multisig, bringing compliant capital without sacrificing composability. Fully trustless SBTC. Research continues toward fully trustless non-custodial SBTC. A forthcoming self-custodial minting design will let users or qualified custodians sign every transaction that could move their underlying BTC, eliminating custodial risk via zero-knowledge proofs, HTLCs, and a redemption DAG that tracks ownership on L2. Complementary Bitcoin level post conditions will allow smart contracts to dictate how the underlying BTC may move, unlocking use cases like programmatic liquidations while maintaining unilateral exit guarantees. Collectively, these upgrades position Stacks as Bitcoin's long-term liquidity layer, scalable, revenue-generating, and aligned with Bitcoin's core principles. Roadmap context. In parallel, core developers are targeting sub-10-second confirmations and higher throughput via network optimizations and future consensus tweaks, while a Clarity to WASM compiler slated for Q3 2025 lays the groundwork for faster, more efficient smart contracts, simplified, auto-renewing stacking, Ledger Live integration, and POX v5 research. All reinforce the flywheel. Better performance and UX attract more BTC liquidity, which through the economic model above feeds directly back into STX value accrual. And here's your sources here for STX economic model post. See Stacks forums, Stacks economic model unlocking Bitcoin capital and long-term growth. For full roadmap, stacksroadmap.com. For the full Satoshi upgrades white paper, stacksroadmap.com/Satoshi. Post is based on recently published proposals and initiatives by core contributors in the Stacks ecosystem. And as you can see here, they put together a nice little infographic about how the dual stacking model works. So if you want to check that out, go over to the main Stacks handle, give them a follow, and look for this post. And as you can see, I have liked and shared that as well. Coming out of the Zest Protocol camp, and you can follow them at Zest Protocol. Come hang out with the Stacks community in the Zest Town Hall AMA. It's the perfect place to discuss new developments in Stacks, hear Web3 updates, and have fun together. Tune in on Wednesday, 4th of June at 11 p.m. EST. I think this is actually supposed to be 11 a.m. EST. That might be a little typo. Almost positive it's 11 a.m. EST. That is the normal time slot for the Zest Hall. So definitely plan on being there at 11 a.m. Very, very cool. Coming from the Stacking DAO camp, and you can follow them at Stacking DAO. The Stacking DAO cycle update is here. Stacking DAO cycle update. Momentum continues as TVL surpasses 80 million STX. Catch up on all the latest updates in the last 2 weeks. Let's get into it. The protocol is consistently breaking records with STX deposits, now at 80 million plus STX and TVL. This upward momentum is increasingly evident with every stacking cycle. Growth is being driven by Stacking DAO's liquid stacking tokens and its native pool, both expanding steadily, like and shared. Stacks has announced that dual stacking is on the way. This will allow users to stack BTC to earn BTC rewards or boost their yield by stacking both BTC and STX. It puts Stacking DAO in the interesting position to launch a BTC LST product as soon as dual stacking goes live. And a BTC liquid stacking token, very, very based. Love it. Going to share that as well. The new Leather Web app has made Stacking DAO even more accessible by integrating it directly into the platform. It's now easier than ever to start earning 10% APY with Stacking DAO. Yes, I love the new Leather Web app as well. Very, very based. Definitely probably going to check that out in a little bit. Definitely show it off. It makes my life a lot easier as a founder and core contributor within the ecosystem. So I love it. I love that new Leather app. Wallet, mobile app, and the web app too is dope. Moving on, the Stacks ecosystem just got a major boost with 2,000 SBTC minted in under 3 hours. It's a significant milestone that can attract new users and builders to Stacks and ultimately benefit Stacking DAO as well. Yes, dude, that SBTC cap, that last one that was raised, that 2,000 BTC flew into the ecosystem. I mean, every time I checked it, it was another 400, 500 BTC, and then boom, out of nowhere, it's at 1,900 BTC with only 100 SBTC to be minted, and then within 3 hours, it was done. So super bullish. Stacks is now the number one layer 2 for Bitcoin in regards of total BTC locked. So very, very big for Stacks. Huge, hyper bullish. Let's go. Stacking DAO is proud to support the launch of Zero Authority DAO V2 and the team of Stacks OGs behind it with a new round of bounties. Be sure to check them out. Very, very cool. I'm trying to earn some STSDX. The Stacking DAO team was at the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Vegas. Always a pleasure connecting with the Stacks community, Bitcoin holders, and builders working to push the ecosystem forward. And as you can see, I am the Stacking DAO community manager, and I was one on the team out there networking. It was very awesome getting to do these handshakes and really be out there on behalf of Zest and Stacking DAO. People were very open to earning with their Bitcoin, and I've heard it was a lot different. The maxis were a lot more close minded last year, so it's really cool to see that. Hey, they're trying to look for options to put their BTC to work now. So Stacks is the most feasible option. It has real Bitcoin DeFi, so let's fucking go. Whoops. I'll go ahead and share that too. Stacking DAO is now live on Cookie 3. It's now easy to track with community members are. It's now easy to track which community members are generating the most mindshare for the protocol. And as you can see here, I'll go into this little picture here, and let's see who you see. Wow, we see Algorithm, dude. He's got 17.23%. Prince Troy with 5%. Tim with 4.94%. Peace Love Music, My G, 4.71%. Tycho with 4.26%, and I've got 3.93%. That's crazy. Got a little bit of mind share, and I have a little bit more mind share than Munib. Look at that. Makes me feel good. And other legends on the chart here. So let's go. It is now live on Cookie DAO. Or cookie3_com. Yeah, cookie.fun. That's what it is. Cookie.fun. Let's go. I'll go ahead and like and share that. With the SIP 031 endowment proposal, voting going live soon, STSDX and STSDX BTC holders will be able to take part in the decision and vote directly from Stacking DAO website. Very based. Don't forget, if you have a liquid stacking token, that you can still take part in the SIP vote. Let's go. Moving on from there into the main news, the Senate is weighing whether to pass the bipartisan Genius Act this week. As amendment negotiations continue, and vote could come before June 9th. That's crazy. That's 1 week from now. So within the next week or so, we will have stablecoin legislation within the U.S. with the Genius Act. Very, very based. I'll give that a like. New U.S. goods trade deficit fell to $87.6 billion in April, the lowest since September 2023, as tariffs triggered record import drops and exports hit all-time high. Wow. New, following Ethereum's Pectra upgrade, researchers warn that over 97% of EIP 7702 delegations are identical crime enjoyer contracts designed to auto-drain ETH from compromised wallets. Wow. Not surprised. Just in, Robinhood has completed its acquisition of Bitstamp, bringing on a licensed global exchange with retail and institutional users across the EU, UK, US, and Asia. That is a big ol' acquisition there for Robinhood with Bitstamp, an OG, an exchange. Very, very nice. Very nice. Breaking Strategy has announced plans to launch an IPO for its 10% Series A perpetual STRD stock to raise funds for general purposes, including buying more Bitcoin. I got to listen to this guy talk on stage, on the Genesis stage at the Bitcoin conference. It was very cool to see him speaking live in person. Let's go. Justin, the Trump administration is pushing countries to submit final trade offers by Wednesday, ahead of the June 8th deadline to avoid new tariffs. Look at this guy. He means business. Don't he look like he means business? Just in, Bank of America warns the U.S. dollar may continue to decline this summer amid trade tensions and high debt, potentially boosting assets like gold and Bitcoin. Let's go. The U.S. dollar. I mean, they're going to end up printing. I know that Trump is trying to pressure Jerome into cutting rates. They're going to end up printing, or another thing that I saw is that they were just going to lever up, which means that, it's just a different way. They're not going to call it quantitative easing. They're just going to allow people. They're going to change the rules about levering up. So there's two ways that they go about it. They're either going to print or they're going to change the rules on how people leverage their positions. So who knows? We'll see. Tether has moved another 14,000 Bitcoin to Jack Mallers' 21 company. I think that's 21 Capital. I'm not sure. Yeah, 21 company. Tether launches XAUTO, an omni-chain version of Tether Gold, debuting on Ton, enabling cross-chain gold transfers via Layer Zero's OFT standard. Cool. Justin, Meta shareholders reject proposal to add Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Only 0.1% in favor, 95% opposed, and it looks like about 4.9% abstained from voting. Just in, James Wynn deposits $20,460 in donated funds to his Hyperliquid account, lowering his BTC liquidation price from 103,632 to 103,610, minus 0.21%. Wow. Added another $20,000. They've been watching this James Wynn guy like a hawk. He got liquidated while I was in Vegas for a portion of his position. He took out like I think it was a 1.2, 1.3 billion dollar long on Bitcoin, and was getting liquidated, and now he's opened up another one. Cool. Bullish. The total market capitalization of stablecoins has surpassed 250 billion for the first time. More and more stables being minted. Let's get bullish, guys. New stablecoin legislation is very, very close, along with a race for regulation across the board, across the whole world. Like everybody's trying to regulate stablecoins right now. President Trump and China's President Xi are expected to speak later this week. Very cool, and I think that's going to be the last one. I mean, it's let's see, just double check. Yeah. Okay, this one. BlackRock moved 4,113 BTC worth $429.4 million to Coinbase Prime 2 hours ago. I don't know what they plan on doing with it, guys. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I'm tired. News is news. But I got the guys waiting on me very, very patiently. So let me bring the guys on. I've got the Legend of Stacks Legends, Jack Finn Switch. We've got Crypto Dude in the house tonight, and we have Lord Rosar. Let's go, fellas. What's up? How are we feeling this week?
What up?
Yeah, dude. Bullish? Bearish? How are we feeling?
Always bullish.
Always bullish. Good answer, dude. Crypto Dude, I missed you, man.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it. I wish I could have been there.
Good thing next year.
He's too busy figuring out how to send STX to like the space station. Like he's got bigger fish to fry.
Well, he also launched, V1.8.6 of BoostX, which is, essentially a Discord integration, which I was begging him on my knees, like, please, dude, like, let me get this Discord integration since I'm managing the Stacking DAO and Zest Discords right now. I think that would be a nice use case for me. And he built it. The dude is a chat.
100%.
Oh, yeah, we that was most definitely more difficult than initially presumed, but made it work. There's also a little bit of an outstanding bug we already fixed it. I just got to push it live to the store today, but for mobile users on Discord, the Discord integration for mobile users was having a little bit of a difficulty, so we just smoothed that over as well. So that should be resolved probably by the start of business day tomorrow, basically. I would assume, assuming the Play Store approval process goes as quickly as it's been going.
That's dope. I'm sorry that you ran into a little bug there. Is it like a crippling bug? Is it not working right now?
Yeah, well, for mobile users that are using Mises browser that are trying to also use it on Discord now, they're a little bit still stuck accessing it on Discord, but it'll be fixed by tomorrow.
You're so quick to pinpoint the problem and then implement a fix. So is it going to be V1.8.7?
1.8.8.
1.8.8. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You push updates like it's no tomorrow. I love it.
Yeah. It's kind of get the feedback and then try and figure out what's going on by reproducing it, and then make sure that we're sure of that is the cause, and then depending on obviously what we're talking about, kind of you got to tackle it different ways. But this was actually kind of a weird one-off because of the way mobile browsers work. It's a little bit kind of weird.
Dude, you best believe I was putting on for you in Vegas, dude. I mentioned like
I was about to ask you, did you guys do any shameless shilling for me?
oh hell yeah, bro. You know, I was like, hey, you want to know the alpha, bro? Come here real quick. I'll whisper it in your ear. I said Boost X. So led him to the Twitter to the Twitter handle.
Hell yeah.
What do you think about the new SIP? Have you been able to pay attention to that, or you've been heads down building?
I've looked at it kind of. I mean, there's not a whole lot really to chew on yet. I mean, it's more, initial ideas on proposal, not really fine details, right? But I like the general idea. It seems well within the bounds of reason in terms of it's just as long as it's executed properly with proper accountability and proper milestones that are measurable and limitations and things that are going to create actual measurable progress, and also make sure that's just not turning into a blank check.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It comes with oversight, and I know there's going to be, what we have so far is a draft, but it's here's a little alpha. Like, it's being looked at and worked on by a lot of people, and there's a ton of community input right now. So, it's not going to be.
That's good. I'm loving that because the more we can have involvement on SIPs by the community, the better.
100%.
This is one. I feel like it's a consensus-breaking SIP, and it's a controversial one. So getting people mobilized within the Stacks forum, they'll normalize it, and then they'll become part of the process, which furthers the decentralization of the governance on the blockchain. So I think it's a good thing. I like to see people active in those forums. It's got me feeling bullish.
Oh, 100%. Like, okay, so if you go way back in the day in Stacks, there was this organization called the Stacks Advocates, and the Stacks Advocates, I was actually a part of that. But one of the missions it was tasked with was trying to figure out decentralized governance. Like, what does that really look like, right? And so we've had SIPs, and you have a SIP like the Nakamoto SIP, even though that's like legitimately a consensus-breaking SIP. Everyone wanted fast stacks. Everyone knew that we can't have 10-minute Bitcoin transactions. You need it to be fast to catch on, right? So those previous SIPs didn't really garner a lot of attention. Everyone was like, okay,
not a lot of controversy in them.
I kind of like to point out that it's SIP 31, right? And it's getting to the marketing aspect more, like, right? And where if you just compare that to other chains and where they're prioritizing they're just like SIP number 1 basically equivalent. Let's get
dude, been building for a while, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we got like all the tools and all the things to make it all pop, and pop off once we got the traction. We're doing it right this way.
Let's draw a parallel here, because you made an excellent point. So, okay, of today, Stacks officially has the most pegged Bitcoin of any L2. Prior to today, Babylon was still in the lead. So here's how most chains and most networks launch. Like, there's a meta, Bitcoin L2. We're going to build on Bitcoin, right? This is the meta. Now, never mind that Stacks has been doing this for years, but so you get a bunch of people with a lot of money. And they're like, okay, we're going to give you guys all this money. Y'all go ahead. Here, take my Bitcoin. Turn it into more Bitcoin. And so what does that team do? What does that initial team do, that core team? Well, the hype starts going out. Here comes the marketing. Oh, this is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. This is like the best shit in the world. And everyone starts getting hyped up. TVL grows. No product. Well, how are we going to get community? Well, we're going to do airdrops. We're going to do this and that and the other. That's how you see that happen all the time in this space. And I'm not just shitting on Babylon.
Horse mentality.
Right. It's just like you see it all the time. Well, Stacks didn't do it that way. and that's to Crypto Dude's point. You know, Stacks was very product focused, and it built a community from the grassroots level of people who came along, found this place like, oh, that narrative makes sense. Building on Bitcoin, got it. This is awesome. So now the marketing comes, which it's so against the grain because we've got the product, we've got the community, and everything that the community's been asking for up until this point. You know, when marketing, when are we going to do this? Why aren't we listed on Deck Screener or what have you? And people don't realize that, like, there's a lot of things that seem like simple requests that actually cost a lot of money. There's a cost of doing business in crypto. There's no like magic genie that just can go grant some wishes, right? So, oh, well, you want us to integrate those goofy ass SIP10 tokens that y'all use and everything else we have is ERC20s? Guess what? That's going to cost you money, right? Like,
so everybody was very, very bullish on the Stacks roadmap, right?
Yeah.
So how do we implement all of the things that people said, whoa, I would love that, dude? The stack, you do it with SIP 031, SIP 31, right? You know, that's how you're able to do all that.
It's literally like the difference between a company that's trying to pitch an idea and sell you the idea before the actual product's done versus the company that's just trying to sell you the product and give it to you, right? So like, you know, you can, who do you want to buy? Who do you want to buy from? Somebody that's actually got the product / good / service in hand, so to speak, to hand it over in exchange, or do you want to do it with the one that's going to say maybe later after we build it? You know, because it's like Stacks already have it, like it's here.
Base take, dude.
Yeah, well, you got 5,000. You got 5,000 Bitcoin on Stacks right now.
Let's go.
If Stacks was a company, if it was a startup, like this would be the part where you just start raising money again, right? Anyway, like that would be the natural progression of where you're at because you just became the leading Bitcoin L2 layer. But to get back to it, like there are going to be checks and balances here. You know, like Stacks is very concerned about decentralization up until this point because they did register with the SEC and there wasn't really a playbook for any of this shit. You were just trying to keep Gary Gensler off your ass and Elizabeth Warren's, you know, disgusting bought and sold. Just I'm gonna stop before I say something.
So basically, you're trying to sacrifice some blood to keep the
right. So they're trying to like decentralize stuff and doing the best they can, but there's no rules, there's no playbook. They're just trying to do their best. And now that there's a little more clarity, they can work on decentralizing some things and really just focus in on what's important. And one of the things that's missing, like if you've got the foundation on this hand and they're working on shit, and then you got, you know, Hero on this hand and they're working on shit, and they've got different budgets, they've got different team members, they've got all this. If there's now a group in the middle that not only has like a board overseeing it that helps direct it and helps like bring accountability to the steps that have been taken, you've just
got the community involved.
Right, and the community's got to say so the whole time. Like I think that what happened is not uncommon for social media, and especially not uncommon for Twitter. You know, you hear about something and then you see some people tweet about it, and most people aren't going to stop and read like a 10-page long SIP. They're just like going to go off what they saw someone else say. But the more that people started digging down into it and be like, oh, wait, this actually makes sense.
This is what everybody's been asking for.
Yeah. You know,
this
like,
is how we make it feasible.
Like I said, I'll stick by what I said. This SIP was a love letter to the community because it literally, like, it answered everything I've ever seen raised, like concern, question, request, raised by the Stacks community over the years. It addresses, and now,
dude, I love seeing. But I love seeing Alex get involved. He's been doing space after space after space. He came on the morning show this morning to chop it up and talk with the guys. He's getting like more integrated, and that's the CEO of Hero, right? That's his position. So, like, yeah, it's really good to see core contributors and developers and everybody from the core level of Stacks getting more aware of what the people that are actually using stacks want. So
And they're listening. They're listening.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's the best thing, dude. Like it wasn't but a few months ago where we're like, they just need to listen to us. Like if I had hair, I would have pulled it out. I would have lost my hair a second time. Like but it worked. Like they listened, they've continued to listen, and they're listening more than ever. And like that's massive, because if you're here and you care about this stuff, then you should want to win. And
you know what I'd like seeing too? Trip and Alex have connected. So that made me feel like, okay, Trip is a huge value add to this ecosystem as a developer, right? And that, Alex is taking some time to like, okay, let's actually hear from the community and the people that are using stacks to build and have these conversations, dude. It makes me feel sound about the decision that the what SIP 31 is about. I think that it's the right move, and now we'll have that war chest, so to speak, that Stacks hasn't had. All these other, like you said earlier, the Bitcoin layers, they have this already like established. And like Crypto Dude said, would you rather, have like get into a product where like, okay, we're gonna build this in the near future with the funds versus somebody that's already built it. And now we're just like, okay, here, if you like the tech and you believe in the vision long term, then we need some funds to make something shake. Like it makes total sense to me. And that's a great way to put it. It is such a good perspective.
No, it's absolutely true. And like we need to win. We have competition. We're getting more competition. And we can't do what we've always done. It's at this point, it's foolish. Everything's ready. Like Stacks is literally on the launch pad. It is ready to take its moonshot. But if you don't put fuel in a rocket, it ain't going nowhere, right? Like that's where we're at. This is the fuel for the rocket, and so I think it's a very good. It's very bullish. I love the roadmap. And I couldn't support this anymore because we need it. This is exactly what we need at this juncture.
Rosar, how are we feeling? I saw you over the weekend.
Opinion on this.
What was that? What's up, dude?
I mean, I'm definitely optimistic on it. I think it's what we need. I'm still kind of like settling back in reality and trying to shake off the existential dread. Just to
trying to take off your DJ vibes.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, you DJ'd it up hardcore over there. Like, damn it, I went down there so I could.
I can't say that enough. The dude is fucking talented. I had a damn good time. I was his hype man for a little bit. It was pretty fun, dude. I ain't go front.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. Yeah. No, it is weird getting back in your own time zone and like not being like, hey, what awesome food are we gonna eat today?
Yeah.
Oh no, we have to cook something. Okay, got it. Like
it was nice not having to think about all that for a little bit. I think you put it well, Jack. You had a little saying about it. It was like, what was it? It was like something about what were the words? Like, this isn't real life.
Right, but it should be.
But it should be.
Yeah. That's so true, man. Like, yeah, I don't know how much longer we could have all stayed in Vegas before I would have had to worry about you guys getting dehydrated and like,
Oh, we were dehydrated. We were turning into prunes out there. We were all.
But we could have at least done another week, and it would have been great.
Oh yeah, dude, it would have been great. So I saw this over the weekend that Rosar was like, here, let me just read this. I'd like to start giving Stacks builders more recognition. This is the first of many ways I plan to improve things for indie developers building on Bitcoin. Please sign up with this form if you'd like to get more eyeballs on your project. And this has this nice little Google form here that you can go sign up for it. And then into this post, if you've ever built anything on Stacks or know anyone who could, should, or is building on it, tag them in this post. As of this week, I'll be working more closely with all developers in this ecosystem, and I want to take inventory of who's building what, drop an at. So definitely go over here, fuck with Lord Rosar, follow him at Lord Rosar on X, and get involved if you are building in the Bitcoin ecosystem via Stacks. Love seeing that you're taking this initiative, bro, and kind of taking note on who's doing what already. So let's go. Hyper bullish on it.
Yeah, that's Rosar for you. Like,
Based Rosar.
we haven't even got to the good stuff yet, and he's already figuring out how to level people up. Like,
There you go, dude. Talking about taking initiative. So I like to see what that list looks like after it's like compounded and everybody's like fucked with it and put in their information. Oh, we got Cryptiddy in the house. Welcome, Cryptiddy. What is good, my boy? Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How's it going, guys?
Doing good, man. Doing good. We're all just kind of getting reacclimated into real life after a wild ride in Vegas.
No good.
Yeah, man. How was your experience in Vegas?
It was good. It was a good time. It was a little overwhelming, but I had a lot of fun. It's a good life
You were
experience.
surrounded by a lot of good people, man.
Yeah, a lot of great people, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah, dude. I feel like
I was-
our squad could go toe to toe with the best of them. Like we were the life of the party. We were the alpha hunters. We were the networkers. We were all of the above, including the media and entertainment. So it's
right.
about it.
Yeah, you had everything.
had all
Like,
angles.
we could design smart contracts. We could create a business to sell them. We had a DJ. Like, we had media. Like, what?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're wild. You're right though.
Yeah.
The full package. So one of our members actually during the Bitcoin Speakeasy discovered a back room, a secret room where Munib Ali himself, the founder of Stacks, was sitting in his little lounge and doing his thing, mingling with the people in Stacks. And we got one of our guys in the room and he secured some alpha, which I'll let him talk about it whenever he comes on the show if he wants to. But there is other things that have not been discussed, maybe indirectly on the roadmap that were confirmed through his conversation with Munib. So very, very cool. I like to hear that the founder of Stacks is open to having these conversations in the middle of it all, in the thick of it, and really delivering alpha. I loved that. I loved seeing Munib doing his thing, right?
Yeah, it was cool meeting everybody. It's nice when you can like look someone in the eye and shake their hand and get a feel for who they are as a person. And I walked away from those experiences very positive. Also, like, I don't know what y'all think about this idea, but I'm gonna put this out there. Because the next conference is in Vegas, right? So we're going to Vegas again. We're gonna have the DeOrganized house again. I don't know if we shouldn't run a contest to see if we can bring someone with us.
That would be fucking cool.
Right?
It'd be fun.
Yeah. Like, look, they have to sign some waivers and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, all the above.
They have to sign some waivers, but yeah, like we have a contest and add a crew member.
I think that would be really cool. Of course, like we need to talk to Steve about it, but of course Steve would be like, yeah, that'd be cool. Bring somebody from the community. We had a few different community members, including myself. I'm a community builder, but like I'm also a community member. We had a couple guys in there that were with us really, showing out and doing their part. But I would love to have a wild card, like somebody that was just like there and kind of learning and seeing how we do our stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a kernel to a good idea there, and we have a lot of time to plan it. But I think something like that might be a lot of fun.
It's in April
Yeah,
next year, right?
DeOrganized ride to Vegas, or ride along to Vegas.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't want to.
I mean, you're already christened in the group. You're already in. So now we just have to find,
Crypt Titty was about his shit. Who'd you get a picture with, Crypt Titty?
Oh, dude, I haven't posted that on X yet, dude. I got a post with Adam back, dude. No big deal. pretty sick, dude. I kind of halfway hesitant to post it. I don't want to get like the wrong kind of attention. Who's this guy? Like, I'm nobody, dude. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get the wrong eyes on me.
I think that posting it wouldn't be a bad idea. Get you a little
it's pretty swag.
Did you pitch Stacks to him?
No, I spoke to him for half a second. I said,
dude, I would
I
have
said,
laughed.
all my friends are gonna think I got a picture with Satoshi, and he was just like, "I'm not Satoshi." And he walks out. That was the whole interaction. Dude, it's so silly. Man,
who'd you get a picture with? Satoshi Nakamoto himself.
The man himself, dude.
If he was Satoshi, he'd be building on Stacks.
Yeah,
Satoshi. Right.
You didn't know Munib's cousin is Satoshi.
No, snap.
Satoshi.
Was that the Speakeasy Alpha?
Yeah, that's the Speakeasy Alpha. He's like, Satoshi's my bro.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Okay, bro. So I've got tons of footage from the whole trip, including like with the guys and all. I got DJ Rosar on the ones and twos. And your boy GP being the hype man, just swinging a towel, like going in. It was crazy, and I can't wait to kind of clip all of the footage and put the movie together. Is what I was saying. It's a movie because it was a fucking movie, and I really wish Crypto Dude was out there mobbing with us. But next year, dude, year it's in the same city. It's gotta happen.
Yeah, I'll try better next year. Like, it was not just meant to be this year. Bad timing for things, but it'll happen eventually.
Yeah, dude. There's a few different people in the community that I would have loved to have there, and you're one of them. So it's got to happen sometime, right? I don't know if they're planning on making Vegas the place for the venue, but it seemed like it was a happy marriage between like the environment and what was going on in the conference. It really seemed like, and this is only my first one, so I'm only speaking from experience of what I know, which was only one conference, but it seemed like it was the right place. Jack, you've been to multiple conferences. How was this one different, other than being the biggest one in of numbers?
Okay, so you're walking through those casinos, and it's like walking through a city. They're massive. They're just absolutely enormous. And so, like, when you have this big mass of people that's coming to these Bitcoin conventions, and they're only going to get bigger, like, you really do need a place like Vegas that can accommodate that, like, with no sweat. Like, even the traffic, aside from when JD Vance was in town, the traffic wasn't even bad. Like, for all of those people, you think about your average city, and you try to transport like 60,000 people or whatever in there, and feed everybody, and it taxes the system. Like, it was like nothing to Vegas. It was like, whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like
very well suited to handle the influx.
Yeah, so it's a great town for it. And also, I mean, again, that town just, like you said earlier, it's like real fast. So there was no, I don't know, man. It just seemed like the right thing. Like, no matter how late you were doing stuff, it was like, man, I haven't had anything to eat yet today. You can go eat. There's an after party here. There's something to do there. It's the right town for it. I'm looking forward to going back.
Yeah, and I have to speak to this. Rosar showed me a good time. Like, I don't. It's not very often that I let loose and get out of that, like, work grind mode. But I was able to do it with Rosar. Rosar was a great host to me in that city, even though he had never been there before. He just knows how to have a good time. He knows how to, seek the good times. So I was really, really fortunate to have, Rosar out there. And getting to bond with you guys was also one of those things that is up there on the list. I've been working with you guys for a year or two now, right? And then to actually get to spend some time with you guys was like the cherry on top, right? Of course, it's the Bitcoin conference. Of course, it's Vegas. But being able to spend some time with you guys and just like literally get to know you, like, and it's not like this is authentic. This is what DeOrganized is. Nothing is scripted. We talk about whatever the hell we want to. We cover the latest alpha together and all that stuff. So kind of what you see is what you get is what I've taken from the DeOrganized crew. Everybody is who they say they are. And I made a joke that nobody ended up being a catfish, so it did good.
Right. It's true. No, it was that was a good part. Like we would have had a good time anywhere. But I mean, it was totally appropriate that was the venue and the occasion, you know. And yeah, it was cool seeing everybody's personality, you know, in person and all the like intergroup dynamics and stuff. And no, it was phenomenal, dude. Like it was a great time. I really enjoyed spending time with you guys.
Rosar, I was just bragging on you before your computer rugged you for a second, saying that you're a really good host. Like you took me around the city to different events and stuff, and got to get myself out of there, like out of this work mode that I'm usually in. And I just wanted to repeat that since you didn't get to hear that, and I really appreciated that, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, no problem. It was my pleasure. I had a great time.
If his mic is rugging out.
Yeah, Rosar.
Yeah.
Am I?
Oh, you can hear it.
All right.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, Rosar's a cool guy. Yeah. No, I definitely.
Yeah, and then he dropped some alpha on me too. On what he's working on, bro. This shit's gonna be cool. All of it is already cool, but you know what he showed me while we were in Vegas was pretty cool. When alpha, when demo, Rosar?
I don't know. Maybe this week. I'm trying to just follow through on all the stuff I was doing, like collecting developer information, because I think that's my priority right now. I mean, that's kind of one of the things I've been thinking about today is like I gotta prioritize. There's just so much going on. It's pretty easy to get pulled in so many different directions.
Yeah, Rosar needs a team. He needs a team of devs.
Yeah.
You know.
100%. 100%. Like, and he'll get there for sure. But like he's working. You got to remember he's working on his own stuff, and now he's going to be, you know. So it's going to be good. You're going to be busy, but it'll be a good busy. So prioritizing now is good. I'm curious, like, what type of turnout have you gotten to that Google Doc so far, as far as people building on staff?
It's good. I mean, I just added it to make things a little easier for myself because I wanted to put everyone in like a spreadsheet anyway. But you know, like as time goes forward, I can just use the forum to add on new people as new builders come or people kind of sign on and see the messages, want to get involved. But yeah, I'm trying to build a doc. You know, I'm putting a lot in there just on my own. I think I got it to like 45 different projects now. So next step is just start. Yeah,
reaching out.
Yeah, reaching out. It would be good to basically I want to do like a blog post on each project and like have it be more technical focused. So, you know, you can A, read it and learn about the project, but B, you can like learn about how it works under the hood. So developers can get ideas, see how things are built in stacks in the wild. Yeah, I think that would be
and you can always bring them on the show, like whenever you have somebody that you want to showcase, spotlight, whatever you want to do. You can always bring them on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Pair it up so I can drop a blog post today, and then we could interview the person, and then they get some exposure. You know, it's helpful for other devs to see how things work. Yeah, that's more or less the plan. So now I'm going to.
And then you're also
outreach. What's up?
and then you're also fostering those connections, right? Like getting to speak to them live. It's kind of the ethos of the organized that it kind of helps in, and then like we get ideas flowing between different individuals that are building different things. Oh, and you might not see it that way until you talk to that person. So I think it's a good fit for the night show. I mean, it's kind of what we do already, like just kind of demoing other people's products and what they're building on and stuff. So it kind of falls right into that that category.
Yeah, I think it
good alpha too. Great alpha for everyone watching.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, like be early.
Speaking of some
when
alpha,
you show up to organize. Let's go.
That's good.
What's the alpha?
You want to hear a little alpha? So me and Crypto Smith have been exploring implementing transfer. So let me take a step back. You know how when you do a boost, you can do like transfer tokens, transfer NFT. The actions, you're selecting your action, right? Well, we're exploring implementing and integrating with Freegear's Fastpool for transferring basically stacked yield. So basically boosting with yield.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
That'd be sick.
That's the next level.
Yeah, and boosting
That's
with
the next level,
so you
bro.
stack your STX, and then you'll boot, and then the person that's getting boosted is gonna get SBTC.
Yeah, that's
That's
sick.
fucking insane.
that's wild.
Yeah, and it's
Another way to incentivize?
yeah, and check this out. So once that's in line with, or once that option's in there, right, as an action, and then we have crypto cash mining in there, users are going to be basically transferring yield while stacking, while also mining for crypto cash yield that they can eventually later stack for SDX, or they could
That's
later
crazy.
stack for SDX, which that SDX they could also stack for Bitcoin, obviously.
Damn.
Looking funny.
Dude, just go download BoostX from the Chrome store. Get yourself in the node. Don't get left behind. It pays to be early. This is the alpha. You show up at 7 p.m. ET every DeOrganized nightly segment, and you're getting alpha. I'm telling you, it's not hit or miss. It's almost every episode that we're getting new alpha. So tune in. Follow DeOrganized Beats.
There's gonna be a lot more alpha, dude. Like as soon watch the builders and everything that start coming to stacks en masse. Like it's gonna happen quick, and it's gonna be hard even for us to keep up.
Yeah, we're only
I think that
so what's possible.
This SIP is going to propel us to the top 10. That's the goal, right? And then eventually the top, to be number 2. Replacing ETH is what people. That's the target. That's the goal. I know that they talked about getting 21,000 BTC into the ecosystem by year's end. I mean, they got the Hexalar bridge in Q3.
That's insanely bullish.
All of these different rails for SIP10 assets. What's up?
So that's insanely bullish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's fucking bullish. That's an omni-chain bridge, right? Like that a lot of different chains use. So
I was talking about the
mean,
21,000 Bitcoin. The bridge. I'm like, wait. 21,000 Bitcoin. I'm like, what?
Wait a minute. Yeah, 21,000 Bitcoin is bullish as fuck. How they intend to get there, they have not exactly released like information on the exact routes they're going to take to get there. But just that is a goal by year's end is like they wouldn't say it unless they had a feasible way to achieve it. So yeah, very fucking bullish.
Yeah, indeed.
While out there at the Bitcoin Speakeasy, there was also a few different things that were speculative that were actually cleared and confirmed with that conversation with Munib. I just feel so tempted to just drop it and just be like, yo, this is in the works. And that you were speculating on 2 weeks ago isn't so speculative now. So if you want to go back 2 weeks and see what we were talking about, you can put 2 and 2 together. But yeah, I think that even last week, all right, Jack, I'll catch you on the flip side, brother. Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate you. Even last week we were talking about going into the conference, like what were some of the main talking points by some of the people on DeOrganized Nightly. Go back and look, and then you'll be able to put two and two together again. So very insanely bullish. I love that everybody is building the change, so to speak, like you like to say, crypto dude. What's the next implementation? Like, what's the next thing you're implementing with BoostX?
So our next, we've kind of
Like
the very next thing. Let's see here. Probably NFT. Well, it kind of depends on if the zone file updates for BNS profile updates they've been hammering on getting that available for people to be able to set their zone file records, right? And so if that is implemented, then we'll probably implement the BNS badge on profile pages, and then also our Omni search, and then kind of depend, like, so I don't know if you know what I meant by the Omni search. Basically being able to search in your so when you search in your address bar of your browser, that's the Omni bar, or your Omni input. So you can search by domain names, or you can search by Google, or whatever search engine you have as your browser search engine. Well, if with Omni search or with BoostX, we're going to have it where you can type in BNS space and then your gpsc.btc, for example, and then that'll direct them to their X profile page. They'll use the BNS zone file to translate that record, right? But they're updating the zone file format, and so we're waiting for them to finish basically that update before we implement this. But if that is not done within the next week, then we'll probably just be doing the NFT tabs on profile pages, and then like the leaderboard module. That's people have been wanting that, so we're gonna try and give people the ability to see like what community tokens are kind of like the most poppin' via BoostX. People are gonna be having a little bit of
the most.
Yeah, exactly. So basically give a little bit of insight to kind of like who what communities are
Key
popping.
metrics.
Yeah, key metrics basically based on the chain data essentially.
I feel like you were actively rugging Noster.
Yes, let's go. Yeah,
Exactly, dude.
it's freaking funny how much Jack Dorsey's all about Noster, and so Noster. Like, I don't have anything against necessarily their attempt to try and build a decentralized social network like that. More power to them, I guess. But just like the approach doesn't seem very accountable. Like, because node operators can just basically censor, and it goes pretty much, there's no paper trail, so to speak, of the censorship. So there's a lot that could be done to improve Nostr and make it better, in my opinion. And maybe one day they'll do that. But that's one of the reasons why we didn't try and build on Nostr to begin with when we started hammering on Derupt.
Right.
Mainly the paper trail.
I saw somebody post was censorship resistant, like posts and like a place like a decentralized media platform, and I was like, dude, you should look into what Crypto Dude is doing with Derupt. So it's like people are wanting, like, they're talking about like, hey, I just got my account back getting nuked, and I'm like, check out what Crypto Dude is doing. He's building on multiple fronts right now. So yeah, I love it, man. I love how everything is going to come together, and it's going to make a safer environment for content creators.
Yeah, we're even thinking we're exploring how to even integrate Derupt directly into X. Oops, sorry, getting my mic screwed up here. But yeah, we're exploring how to get Derupt integrated directly into X, so people can actually have a little bit more censorship resistance and recoverability on their accounts. If they kind of get their account nuked or whatever, they can respin up another account, set their BNS name as their display name, update their zone file record on BNS.1 to point at their new X account. If their first one got deleted or whatever, they can just set the new record to the new one, and then your badge will be good to go. People will be able to verify you. They'll also be able to use the Omni search in our via our extensions to extend functionality, and then that'll lead them to the correct profile page. So there's ways to leverage all the stuff to increase the functionality and also like make it a little bit closer to what we were originally designing.
So, yeah, so like you're building multiple verticals and
Sick.
they merge together. Yeah, I see it. I see the vision. You've been building it in the open for the last.
It's all been an effort towards getting towards SocialFi, right, and making it to where users can have censorship-resistant content and censorship-resistant monetization and permissionless monetization of the content. So basically, have free speech, basically married with permissionless finance.
It's sick, dude. It's sick. Like I said, I'm a big fan, and I showed hard for you while I was out in Vegas. It's like, you want the alpha, check out BoostX_app. Is there so one thing I noticed out at these conferences, most people were connecting with Telegram. So you're able to just scan the app and get, direct link to whoever's. You scan somebody else's QR code, and then like you're following them immediately. You're able to add them directly. That's the medium most people are using out there to kind of connect with people. Is there plans for a BoostX Telegram?
It's not outside the possibilities. I mean, it just really depends on how much people want it, right? And Telegram though is kind of its own thing, obviously. So like the UI UX has to be reviewed, and because the way we build this is we're essentially injecting elements into the DOM of the application that's in question, right? And so binding that all up and just making sure it's consistent, you have to take each app's DOM into consideration and how it's structured and how consistent all the class identifiers is and all that stuff. So I would imagine, since it's a pretty popular app and it's usable, it's probably relatively decent on having naming convention standards and stuff like that could be tapped into for the class identifiers. So probably doable. I just don't personally use Telegram, honestly, so it's not really something I've explored a lot. But the more people request it, the more we're willing to look into it. So if you want it integrated on Telegram and you want it, let us know.
Yeah, I was mainly speaking on just like a community hub to where people can like follow updates and stuff. But like if you're talking about like integrating BoostX into Telegram, hell yeah! If people want it, speak about it. Go give Crypto Dude some feedback. Jump into the Discord. It's very helpful for people that are building to get that, like, tap that information to where like, hey, what do you want as a user? But yeah, it was really, I think that maybe just like before even implementing like a strategy to kind of tackle integrations into Telegram, maybe even just like spinning one up if like for community purposes, like, hey, like I don't use Discord, and where do I get the alpha? But most people are using X anyway. So, I mean, I just saw that was a meta out there at the Bitcoin conference. That's how people were connecting.
Yeah, I think they're using it because other people use it, type of thing, and to me, it's all like, I don't want to say no to people on integration because I want to have obviously users using it because that helps the flywheel obviously for everybody because it's all using the same smart contracts underneath the hood. But X and Discord, those were X was our primary focus. Discord was obviously always a consideration, but like GitHub and other socials, those have been kind of on the horizon as well. But like we're trying to make sure that we get the majority of the roadmap done before we try and branch out into other socials too much, because there's quite a bit of features to build out. Still, I would say we're like roughly 50% of the way through the roadmap, and the other 50%, ideally will happen as very quickly. But if we have to implement that across 5 different platforms concurrently, that's going to 5x the time of each feature, right? So building it out one time on one platform so we know exactly how the ins and outs of that feature work, and then implementing it into another platform later is much easier to do in terms of time, because you're not having to fight bugs for the feature while simultaneously trying to fight bugs for the different platforms. So
Yeah, you don't
Time
want to be
management.
fighting on multiple fronts. Yeah, fighting on multiple
Exactly.
fronts could get tiring. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, dude. I'm just really excited to like get the Zest and Stacking DAO communities, their BNS names into their handles on Discord, or their name, their display name on Discord, and that integration helping me kind of cock block
Yeah, users
people that are in the system. Yeah,
users
like I love that.
users can
Yeah.
also set users can set custom display names per server, I believe. So
Yeah, they
if they're
That's
just
cool.
wanting to do it in that one
That's cool, yeah.
in that one particular server, and without affecting their other Discord servers that they're in, it's most definitely seems to be doable. Also, we want to do the space drops for everybody that's online in a specific channel. That way you can
that's
reward
huge.
more active participation. Yeah.
So how would that work? So you're gonna airdrop to people that were active in the Discord on a certain day, or is it like?
No, like in real time. So like if you're, for
I know. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
your mic rugged.
example, in the Zest
I think your mic's rugging just a bit. Keep going in and out.
Discord, how we do. Is it the meme coin corner, or is it the meme? Which channel is it? I think it's the meme coin corner where you
That's
do the games or whatever, right? For the with
Yep.
line at that time when we're maybe doing one of the games or whatever, we could airdrop them some specific, crystals, for example, right? We could space drop it based on who's online in that channel at a given time. So how
So
when you
they
look, go to a specific channel in Discord, and you can see that if you go to one channel versus another, you can see that if the permissions of that channel slightly differentiate, that the filtered list of online users changes based on the channel you're in. So like it's especially obvious when you're looking at a private channel. But
Yeah.
if you make it to where the channel has like specific like Chads, Zest Chads only in there, right? And then everybody that's showing up, that's got the role, shows up to the channel at the time, participates in the conversation or whatever. They're online. They get the space drop, because it's a rendered user right there online on the right hand side. So basically, we can tap into that modal on the right, basically for parsing the list name.
I love that idea.
Yeah, I think it's going to
And
work
then
better
you're
than
creating a.
Oh, we're getting some lag here. Sorry. Go ahead, bro.
It's all right. It happens. So like then you have that same like exponential growth that happened within the stack centric spaces on X happening within any given Discord that's using that tool. You have your same
Exactly.
type of like space drop hunters, but in Discord, you'll have to find something to coin it. But I think that
Yeah, we'll just call it space drops to keep it simple at that point.
yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of communities would want to take advantage of that to incentivize people to be active in their Discords and stuff. That'd be huge.
Yeah, exactly. And
I
also
know-
because like
I know 3 Discords off the top. I would implement them in.
so when you do a boost on Discord, and obviously when you do a space drop too, it just shows you that on finish modal at the end, right? Where you can copy you're already used to this on X, right? When after you do the transaction, it says copy to clipboard or whatever for a new tweet. Well, when you copy that on Discord, it actually does the link back to the channel message, or to the server, to the channel, to the message in question, right? So you can actually be in one Discord do a boost or a space drop, you copy that clipboard content and then paste that into a different Discord, into maybe a general channel or something, right? If the users in that Discord have access to that other Discord that you just space dropped, they can actually see the link and click the link, and it brings them to the server, to the channel, to the message in question. So in essence, you'll be able to do it in an announcements channel, right? And then everybody that's subscribed to those announcement feeds in their Discords will get a link back, not only to, like they could see obviously the announcement, they click the announcement, it'll go back to the announcement, but they could actually click the link in the announcement, and it'll take them back to the specific message in the channel. So if you have like a need to like highlight a specific conversation thread in an announcement and then have people kind of give a fuck about it because there's kind of maybe a skin in the game, this is a way to do that. It's kind of hard to explain without just seeing it in person. The link, it's easier just to see, but the link, it actually shows like the channel name and or the server name and everything. So it actually worked better than I expected. That's why I'm talking about it, because I was like, oh damn, look at that shit. Look at that URL.
Look at that, baby. This is clean. Let's go. You're talking about whenever, like, say I were to, like, somebody that's subscribed to my announcement channel in the Zest or Stacking Down Discord, I could click publish, and then it'll shoot the link to whatever channel they have at LinkedIn, and then there's a whole flywheel behind that.
Yeah, they can click not only so like maybe you're trying to say, hey, let's help support this guy, and then you kicked it off with the boost or whatever, and then you copied your thing to the clipboard and then pasted that as a new announcement. Then everybody that's receiving that announcement not only sees that you just boosted them to prove that you're helping support the thing you're talking about wanting to get support for, but you're also providing a link directly to the thing that's needing to be supported. So
that's you show skin in the game. That's your receipt.
Exactly. You know how people So it's basically showing that, hey, look, not only do I want you to support this, I just showed you that I supported it. That's proof that you should support it too.
Hell yeah, dude. I fucking love that, dude. This, like, BoostX is so fucking based. It really is. And I've had a potty mouth this whole day, but I'm tired. It's just
what happens when you come back from Vegas.
Yeah, dude. I thought they said things that go to Vegas stay in Vegas, but my potty mouth came back, man. Party too hard.
Bring Vegas back with you.
Same. Just what it feels like. My nephew had a pool party on Saturday, and then Sunday I was kind of getting everything caught up, including laundry and just like getting my stuff put back away, and then straight into a busy day today as far as like doing connecting with everybody that I wasn't able to during the week I was gone, and more stuff like I had to put together the Stacking DAO community or activity schedule along with the Zest community. It was a lot of conversations that needed to happen today. So I still haven't fully rested from Vegas. So it's kind of, I'm wearing it a little bit right now, but I'll sleep good tonight and then right back at it tomorrow. We are at that 1 hour and 30-minute mark, guys. And, I really, really enjoy shooting the breeze with you guys. I used that phrase a lot while I was out in Vegas because that's really what we do here. We shoot the breeze. We talk about relevant topics as well as sharing the alpha. And I look forward to having new guests that I met out in Vegas on the show, which is going to happen. So it's really cool to be able to have that handshake in IRL, and then be able to talk about what other builders are doing, and then fostering the collaboration between other builders, directly on the DeOrganized platform that we have here. I wanted to give everybody a moment just to, any final thoughts, shameless shills, final frequencies that you want to put out to the ethos. And, I'll shoot to you first, Crypt Titty. How are we feeling today, dude?
Man, we're feeling great, dude. I think last week really got me on the right frequency. You really, after meeting everybody, talking to everybody. So I'm hoping I can put that out there, now that we got it in us. So anybody watching, I'm hoping you can keep the vibes up with it too. because everything's looking good. You know, all the key metrics are looking great for us. Obviously, if you haven't check out BoostX because it's fucking massive. But yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Everybody, keep your head up and keep up with DeOrganized because they're keeping up with stacks, dude. And that's all you need.
Let's go, dude. Thank you, Crypto.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you. Crypto, dude. Any final thoughts? Any shameless shows? Final frequencies that you want to put out to the ethos, brother?
Yeah, a few things. So yes, first off, we got Skullcoin integration, better integration coming with Skullcoin soon. So users are going to be able to sign up for their quest soon. We got a tighter flywheel coming. So we got, the referral system for helping onboard users. We got sponsor system coming on to microfund other people in the ecosystem. We're looking into the stacks, transfer the stack yield for implementing basically a new option for boosting actions. We got, the crypto cash mining coming. We got leaderboards coming. What else we got? We got the Omni search coming. Oh, there was something else. Damn it. What else was I going to say? Oh, damn it. Right at the, I forgot. Dang it. There was something else that was legendary. Gonna have to wait
Discord.
for another time, I guess. Yeah, the Discord integration, it's not quite along lines with that. Oh man, there's so many. It's just, we got so many features packed in. It's ridiculous. I'll just leave it at users really need to. Oh, now you remember what it was. Yes. Thank you. So the projections basically on where we're at for user growth for BoostX, basically, things are looking pretty nice, and we don't even have the referral system in the sponsor system set up, or the quote tweets, split tipping on quote tweets even set up yet. So there's like quite a few things still to come yet in terms of incentives for users and usage. And already the usage for user growth is looking really nice. Like if things continue, I ran it through ChatGPT and ran it through some like projections. Basically, it's saying that we could reach 10,000 users by the end of the year, which seems really nice. And it was actually like based on because I fed it like the analytical data, the data I had like on start date and like growth, like total user, like all the users up to a certain date. And it was basically saying it was a super impressive growth rate. And, it was trying to project out like some growth that just seemed insane. I was like, okay, let's dial this back a little bit, okay, and make it a lot more conservative on your projection there, because I doubt this growth is sustainable. But we got a real
100
solid
million users.
With the graph is basically
100
up
million.
to the right. 100 million, yeah. Entire planet Earth next week. I'm like, easy on your math there, ChatGPT. No, it's the graph is basically up and to the right. It's grown solid. It's like it seemed to conservatively think we can hit 10K users by the end of the year. It was saying give it like 18 months and we could be at like hundreds of thousands of users. And so I think now is like the perfect time for users to actually go out and get it installed, so that way they can be, some of the, like, think about it. If you're one of the first people to get this installed, and then there winds up being hundreds of thousands of users installing it, kind of puts you in a position of telling, hey, I was ahead of the curve, maybe you should pay attention to what the hell I'm talking about, So
I agree.
People are looking to be a point of influence.
Reputation badges, dude. Reputation badges.
And we haven't forgot about all the cryptonauts. Don't think we forgot about you. We still have those. And I'm trying to think of something dicey to do with those cryptonauts. But
dude,
I want
what
to
if we made them into the reputation badges? Like, what if we made them into
they're for sure happening on that. I'm trying to think of like additional features that maybe holding a cryptonaut gives you access to.
I'm not talking about like just like an NFT that proves that you're early. I'm talking about like these are actual reputation badges from Zero Authority, like using their platform. Like,
gotcha.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I want to most definitely work with Zero on integrating deeper with their reputation system. That sounds like a match made in heaven, really. So
yeah, it does.
Yeah, let's bring him on next as soon as he can, like, because like
Yeah.
he always comes on, but we never get to be able to get into the details, and then when me and him like talk on DMs, it's like
Y'all
our
are
schedules
two
are
busy individuals.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
exactly.
get it, and it's better to have that conversation like live, so you can kind of hash out ideas and figure out how that works. That's what the platform's for.
It
So
also creates more public accountability because you say some shit
Yeah.
in public, it makes you want to do it more, right? So
crazy. Yeah, sick, dude. So maybe let's explore that. I talk to Zero all the time, and maybe making these as actual legitimate reputation badges through the platform would be a great approach. Really solidifying that people were early. Not just like an NFT that proves that you were the first, but like literally something that proves to your reputation, right? So
well, it's like soul-bound NFTs is really the ones that are non-transferable. So that way, there's no way you can fudge that. Oh, I bought it off secondary market. Now look at me, I was an early adopter. Not really.
So you could include in the metadata, like the initial thing,
True.
but you're right. Do you want to do a soul-bound NFT with these?
It seems more logical, but I mean, there's a market for secondary sales on them, and so it's hard to say like what people's preferences on it.
Well, it's the GPSC X Crypto Dude collab, the first.
Yeah.
Right? So
Just
it might
only
have something
just the first though. There will be more for sure.
exactly
The-
like it's already like into motion right now. So it's like one of those things. Like I get it, So I don't know. Something that we should definitely like think on and figure out if there's more to it, if there's like a market for it.
You get feedback from people's opinions on what they think on if the cryptonauts should be soul bound, if reputation based NFTs should be soul bound. Yeah, it seems most definitely most logical.
Yeah, dude. Just a poll would do justice. Like a poll for a week or so, because we're already we're like 80% through creating the artwork for it. I got a few more to do. That's it. So I think it's like less than 10 that I gotta do. So and it's very
They're so sick too.
Yeah, and they're so sick, dude. They're so sick. I can't wait to start teasing all of them, and then letting people know, hey, if you were early and paying attention to BoostX, look what you could have got, and then get more people paying attention. So, really excited.
Do you think secondary sales on those or soulbound?
I think secondary would be. I think there's going to be a little demand for them because they're really, really cool artwork and they represent a very pivotal time in Stax's history. Like I feel like
And do the recognition
integration
of
with
the
X. Yeah. I think that maybe the metadata, having the person's like personal BNS in it, and represented within the metadata to really solidify that they were the first person to do it would be justice enough to do it. And then if we can do that through a zero authority and make it a reputation badge, those can be soul bound NFTs, but they can also be tradable, is what my knowledge is to them. So I'm not sure. We would have to talk, but I definitely think secondary would be cool to
if
have
we encode the original Cryptonauts name, BNS name into the metadata, then that seems sufficient enough to me in terms of retaining recognition, because I want to make sure that they have always that proof, but I also don't want to necessarily speak on their behalf on whether or not they want portability on it and secondary sales on it, right? It seems a little presumptive of me. So, feedback most definitely welcome on this one, guys. So
yeah, for sure. We'll have to run a poll or something for a little bit and see what people really want. And we've got a lot of solid people that are using BoostX now, so it's one of those things. I think that it'd be easy to get the feedback on. If they were one of the first people to boost, of course, then it makes sense for them to vote because they have a say. They're going to be receiving one, so we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge whenever we get there after we get some feedback from the community. So you guys definitely follow CryptoDude_BTC and BoostX_app on X. Give some feedback about what you would like to see with Cryptonauts. and just to stay in the know and ahead of the curve, like Jackman Switch would like to say. Yeah,
We're almost at 100 space drops, by the way.
that's
So
fucking dude. Like,
Nice.
that feature has only been live for what, a month and a half?
oh, it hasn't even been that long, dude. It's been live for like
Not even that long, dude. That's
2
that's
weeks.
more than 2 a day. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm super stoked about those. Like I'm like, let's go, space drops for the win.
Yeah, for the dub ski. Let's go. Yeah, dude. I love getting to shoot the breeze with you fellas and talking with you. We'll have to talk more about this and like kind of discuss it more as the week progresses. I wanted to get into SIP 3.1 a little bit more, but I'm going to be diving into that on the deep dive in the Stacking DAO Discord weekly screen share tomorrow, along with the Zest weekly screen share on Wednesday. So maybe to discuss a little bit about it through the week, and then talk on the Cryptonauts as well. So the show would not be, it would be me reading the news and kicking out high frequency vibes, but having my guys with me, man, it makes it a lot easier, and I really appreciate your time. It is our most valuable asset after all. So thank you guys. I hope that you have a blessed rest of your night.
Thanks, man.
All
Later.
right, yeah. Take it easy.
Later, guys. And this has been another based episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars into the same room, discuss the latest Bitcoin and crypto news, kick out hot alpha off the press. You know it. Base builders build on Bitcoin via stacks. There's no denying it. Bitcoin L2s copied stacks. I'm telling you, Stacks is building the Bitcoin L2 since before it was cool. Get with the premier Bitcoin L2. Stay in the know. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate you, my friend. Always showing up and showing out, my friend. Be sure to tune in to the Let's Go Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. ET, Monday through Friday, along with the DeOrganized Nightly segment at 7 p.m. ET, Monday through Friday, to stay in the know with DeOrganized. DeOrganized is where it's at. Big shout out to our marketing partners, Bitflow and Stacking DAO. Right here, as you can see, Stacking DAO. Get into the Stacking DAO and Zest Discords. I am the CM over there, and I have plenty planned. A lot of fun stuff going on. And if you're watching this, know that you are early. You are ahead of the curve, like Jackman Switch would say. You are building the change like Crypto Dude and staying in the know with DeOrganized. I'm your boy GP, and I will catch you guys on a later date. You have a very, very blessed rest of your night. Peace.
Thank you.